Greetings, everyone. Dr. Annette West, publishing pusher here. Thanks for joining me in the JetName Publishing, talking all things books. Yes, the operative words, all things. I'm excited you're here. You listen in, share your thoughts. You don't have to be live on the screen to be able to talk. And I want you to know your success is my business. I'm here to assist you, support, empower, inspire as we pull out those thoughts to get these books accomplished. Thanks again for joining me. Hi, everyone. Dr. Annette, welcome to Talking All Things Books. This is part of our JetName Publishing flow. If you haven't checked out the prior videos, please go to YouTube, select JetName Publishing, and you will be able to view the prior videos. We've started this, I think we've been in about 4 months now that we have been doing this. I believe there are 16 videos there already, so feel free to go back and listen to them and gain some of the thought and perspective that that I have been given and am willing to share with you, because a lot of times people don't want to share what they know, but I just believe that God doesn't want us to have it and sit on it, and he wants us to help to build others up. Hi, Janice, good to see you. So the last 2 weeks I talked about developing your author brand. I talked about developing your author brand. So if you want to go back and watch the last 2 videos for sure, 15 and 16, you will get some great content in those sessions. Miss Anna was here, I believe 1 or 2 of those weeks, and she's most often here, but she is away doing a training. And so I am here today. So before I start sharing with you, does anyone have any questions that they would like for me to speak on? And if not, then I'll get to the meat of the matter for today.
Good morning, Dr. Annette.
Hey, beautiful.
How are you?
Great. What's going on in Texas?
It's hot, but to God be the glory.
Where are you at in Texas?
Austin.
Austin. Okay, so you're like a couple of hours from Houston?
Yeah, like 3 hours from Houston, 3 hours from Dallas.
Gotcha.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, well, we'll see how that fits in my schedule when I come that way.
You better know it. You better let me know.
Yeah, I'm going to be there soon. This actually in October, I will be there. So I will make sure I let you know.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
So what you talking about? What you working on? I know you're working on something.
I have a question about the brand. Do most authors talk about the same topic? Like, or maybe, let's see, how am I trying to say this? Like, when you're building a brand, do you write kind of in the same format? Like, do some authors do fiction, nonfiction, different types of books, or do you kind of stay in a certain, I don't know if I'm saying it right. I don't know how to say
genre. Do you stay with one genre?
Yeah.
Listen, your brand is you. Okay, your brand is you. Your brand begins with you. So you have to know, like we know you are the marriage mogul. Okay, so we would expect that everything that you are going to share will flow somehow, some way from that. It may be varied topics, but it will flow from that. Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, because I want to do some devotionals that's not necessarily marriage planning related.
Yeah. No. That would be, but that's in your pocket, right? Because you are speaking from a Christian perspective, and your
Right.
brand lets people know that you are faith-based. And so
Okay.
therefore, any content that is faith-based will flow from what you are doing. So that would be just fine.
Okay. Okay.
Can
You
I
know,
add to that?
when you think about it, I am like, most of my books are some type of self-help, developing yourself in the Lord, those type of things. But I
Mm-hmm.
do business stuff also. So,
Right.
you know, as
That's
Christians,
exactly
we
what
are
I'm asking. Yeah.
kingdompreneurs. Yeah, we are kingdompreneurs. So yes, I should be talking about business too, and no problem. And I'm talking about publishing as well. No problem. Long as people know, get to know who you are. And
Mm-hmm.
when you're building that brand, is making sure that you are consistently letting people know who you are, what you're doing, what your emphasis is, and how your pieces tie together. So they will
Mm-hmm.
always come together when you say, I am faith-based and I am sharing spiritual content, a biblical teaching, you know,
Mm-hmm.
devotional to help you to develop. That's what you're doing.
Mm-hmm. Okay. That makes sense. Thank you.
You're welcome. Angela, you were going to comment.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and also, wouldn't it be, as the marriage planning mogul, you encourage couples to have devotion. So even that is also on brand to say you'll be putting out tools that they could use in devotionals. And I yield.
Oh,
Yeah,
that's
because
perfect. Yeah,
Janice,
absolutely.
when you talk about that, you could have devotions for women, devotions for men, devotions for single, devotion for married couples, right? So that's a whole variance that you can add, which is still relative.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Angela.
But building that author brand is a consistent effort, and staying relevant is a consistent effort, and making sure that people can easily access your content is a consistent effort, and making sure that you are putting out content that empowers people, encourages them to want to do more and to be more. As long as you're doing those things and you have a website, because if you go back and you listen to the last 2 weeks, I shared a lot of information. I had so much information, I couldn't share it all. So I just shared two. And I said, you know what? I think I'm going to put all of this content in a book. That's how we get these books, right? We start talking about things, we start sharing things, but we don't share it all, right? And then we decide we're going to move it over to a book, and then we're going to add the rest of the content for the book. That's how we do it. So take some time and go back and listen to at least the last 2 videos. There's a wealth of information on building your brand. Any other questions for me? So our session here is normally 30 to 45 minutes. Go ahead, Janice.
No, I was just gonna say no. I don't have any more right now. But
Okay,
thank you.
thank you.
I
Thank you.
have a
Angela?
question. I do have a question. As we talked about earlier, which maybe you should, put it on the recording as well. I do want to have like my book also serve as like a calling card, or, just a call to action, or, about some of the other things like the branding and logos that I've created, as inspiration, for on the same topic. And then as well, where would that go exactly in the book? Is that also on the copyright page? Like, for more information, here are
No,
other
you
books
would
I
actually
published.
have a page in the back of the book that would say that.
Okay, all right.
Typically it flows like after the author's bio of the
Okay.
book, and then it'll say it'll share maybe other content that you've been working on, as well as I was going to look in the back of this book and see what we have here. Okay, so I'm going to look into this book here, Centered in Christ. Y'all notice the gray line? That means that this was a review copy, and that's why that line is there. So I have my bio. Okay, so actually in this book, I actually put it before my bio. So here are just some of the things. After this was a collaboration. So after I put all the bios of my authors, What I included was actually, I went back and we took all the scriptures that the co-authors used in the collaboration, and we created a list of devotional scriptures. So basically all of the scriptures that each person talked about, we put them together in one list in the back of the book for the reader. Then the next page says, okay, so I have a Centered in Christ devotional project. It's on one page, and I talk about the project, and I tell them if they're interested, how they can reach out to me. Then I have another page that's talks about ways that they can get their thoughts to paper. And that's on the page where I talk about the Jumpstart Your Writing Workshop, the Self-Publishing Boot Camp, and Join the Publishing Pusher Posse, 3 Ps. And so those things are on a separate page. And then after that is my bio in this particular book. Okay. And just so you know, this is a 6x9. This is a 6x9. Hi, Nicole. Good to see your name today.
Good morning.
Good morning. Okay. Any other questions for me? What's going on in your world, Nicole?
Hi, good morning. I wasn't too sure if we're supposed to come off of mute or drop things in the chat. So forgive me, I was trying to figure out the protocol. Things are going well, working on my manuscript and just plugging along, reading a lot of books and listening to a lot of books to help improve my craft. So that's going well.
I
But
think
how have
that's
you been? And I'm glad I'm
I
able to
am
join today
well.
because it's so rare that I'm available at this time. So I said, let me
Yes.
log in.
Well, the good thing is if you're not available, you can still catch the content later. Isn't that what we say?
Yes, it is. And it's
We
wonderful.
we make it available on the Jetnay Publishing YouTube channel. Between Facebook, Jetnay Publishing Group, Instagram, there's a Jetnay Publishing. I have a Jetnay Publishing on LinkedIn. So you can put, I think I have Jetnay Publishing on Threads, even though I'm not doing anything with it. So you can put it on, different platforms, because you never know who's going to reach out to you.
That's true. That's so true.
And
And
so the
you
more
are,
places, yeah. Go ahead, Nicole.
no, I was just going to say that you're very true to your statement. You have to show up, right? So people know who you are, and being on different platforms gives people an opportunity to find you while
Yeah.
you put in the work.
Yes. And Nicole is speaking about the S3 model that I have, which says, if you don't show up, people don't know you exist. If you don't speak out, people don't know you have something to say. And if you don't share it, people don't know what's in your toolbox. And this is all about that branding that I talked about for the last 2 weeks. And so I was just saying, if you want the insights that I shared on branding, book publisher branding, and things that you can do to help you in the effort, listen to episode 15 and 16 on the Jetnay Publishing on YouTube. Yes.
That's wonderful. Thank you.
Thank you, Nicole. And Nicole has some great content that she shares as well. So you follow her and see what she has going on. Nicole, you can actually put your where they can access your content. And I know you have some publishing, a publishing group and writing group. Feel free to post that in the chat. Yes.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you.
Yes.
Well,
Because then it's going to be on the YouTube channel. So as people listen in, they'll be able to grab that as well, because the chat will still be there.
great.
So today, and maybe for a few weeks, because I said I have a lot of content and I'm not going to share it all on here, but what I'm going to share is going to be valuable to you. So today I want to start out talking about self-publishers on industry innovations and emerging trends. Now, I predominantly speak to self-publishers, Why? Because I'm the publishing pusher, and my goal is to encourage people to draw out of their thoughts and get it into writing so that they can create those products that will draw people to what the Lord has poured into them. So I'm going to talk about some emerging technologies. And one is our favorite to talk about these days is that wonderful AI, artificial intelligence. But you know, AI has been around for a long time, not in the magnitude that it is being used now, but it has been around. And AI is basically a tool that creates basically content creation. It could have editing tools, marketing tools, you name it. AI can have editors, cover design platforms, marketing algorithms, and it can help you streamline the publishing process for self-publishers. Now, we don't write our book with AI. We don't want AI to write our book. Nothing worse than getting AI to write your book or somebody else to write your book. And you're being interviewed about your book and you can't even answer the questions that are being asked because you don't even know your content in your book. So everything that's just easily accessible isn't necessarily what we need to use, or we have to find ways to use it without abusing it. So when I want to talk about AI, artificial intelligence, I'm going to share several points on that. And the first point I want to talk about is AI content creation. Thank you, Janice. AI content creation. This is the automated writing and editing. Does everyone have Chat GPT? Is everybody using Chat GPT in some form without using it to write your work? Good, Angela. Yes. Okay, good, Janice, because I'm using it as well. I have been able to give a list of what I call my subtopics. And I said to AI, hey, I have this grouping of subtopics, but I'm not sure in which order they should flow. Give me 2 different ways that this could flow in list form. And then it gives me back 2 options and asks me, am I good with them? Do I like one or the other? So that helped me greatly. What? Creating that table of content, right? Making it easy. I've written some letters and I've gone to AI and I said, hey, I would like to make this letter a little more fine-tuned and professional. And then I copy my words in. But what I don't do is I don't copy the whole letter, okay? I'll copy half of it. So that's a totally different. So when somebody else is asking something about a letter for something like that, they're not going to get all my content. So I'll only post part of it to see what I get back. Then I'll look at it, say, I like this, I like this, I like this, reword this, flow this, whatever, and do my part in it. I did my part before, then I asked it for insight, then I went back over it, and then I, kind of like reformatted, redesigned. So AI can be very beneficial to us, to our process. So Chat GPT, there's other ones. There's one called Jasper. And whether you know it or not, Grammarly is really an AI tool. Pro Writing Aid is an AI tool. So there's things that we are using that we weren't thinking that they were AI, but they are. So what is the Chat GPT, the Jasper, the Grammarly, and others? They help writers generate content faster. Generate content faster. Can help you brainstorm with your editing. And it can help to make your publishing process more efficient. It can help you as you are researching. That is an AI-driven research. AI can rapidly sift through massive data sets to help authors with research, fact-checking, sourcing information, and enhancing the depth of content. So when you're looking for something, I have said, okay, I'm wanting to write about this. I need 3 resources. So I'm not asking for the content from the resources. I'm asking for 3 resources with the references and 3 points with each one. That's what I asked for. And then I pull that back, and then I go to find those resources to see all the content in the resource. And then I have the 3 points, and then I start building on those 3 points if they're the points that I think I want to work with. And if not, I'll just copy that one and say, hey, give me 3 more points for this particular thing that I was asking about. So it's really a great thought-provoking, challenging process. Yes. So AI in content creation. The second thing is AI personalization of content. Personalization of content. What am I talking about? Your targeted recommendations. Your targeted recommendations. When you look at AI, AI powers algorithms that recommend books and articles based on your preference. Or if you have a particular reader you're trying to gain some insight on, you can say to AI, I am looking for this particular, well, I'm dealing with this particular group of people. I want to know what type of books they typically like, or what type of articles or journals do they typically like. Give me a list, and then AI will bring that to you. If you know your reader's preferences, you can go to AI and ask certain questions. You could say, what is, like, say like you're doing some research, but you want to go back and do some history. You could say to AI, I'm doing some research on this. I want to gain some insight on this topic and what was being said 20 years ago. And then you can come back and say, I want to look at this thing, and I want to look at content from 10 years ago. And now I want to look at it for, you could give the current year, which you may not necessarily get it, but you can give the prior year, which you most likely will get content. So AI can help us to improve discoverability of content and resources for us as self-published authors. We're not limited. AI has opened up such a broader arena for us to gain insights into content. AI, when it comes to personalization of content, it can also help you to custom your content. AI can analyze your behavior to create personalized content such as newsletters, blog posts, even customized ebooks based on the reader's taste. So when you know your targeted audience that we talked about the last 2 weeks when we talked about branding, when you know your targeted audience, then you know the questions that you can pose into AI to generate the information and insight that you will be able to sift through to see what might or may not be a fit for what you are doing. But just remember this, if you are writing a book and you take some content from AI, you are now required to say that you have. So I don't want AI to write a book for me, because I don't want to say I got a book written by AI. So I'm going to, whatever I pull, I'm going to reword it, reformat it, reframe it in my own words. But I may say, I reviewed AI and looked at many sources, but I did not quote any of them in my work, if that makes sense. Yes. Now, anybody have any questions or comments about anything that I've said thus far? How are you? Share a way that you're using it in your projects.
I think it's great what you shared thus far, and I'm definitely going to incorporate some of those things because I'm new to it. More recently, I was trying to find some language to add to my website to promote myself as a speaker, and I, gave AI a few thoughts, and it spit out some stuff for me. And I'm also, getting some feedback from some friends about what they think of it. But I thought that was a great use of it. Thanks.
Yes. And we don't want to start asking other people about our content. Maybe later, when you're nearing the end, if you can get people to beta read your content, that's when what people have to say is going to be most valuable, because they're going to be looking at direct content of a predominantly finished project, which is important. And sometimes, let me say this to us. I don't usually go to my friends and ask them what they think about what I'm doing and what I'm writing, because they're my friends. They're going to love it. And even sometimes your friend may not, they was like, girl, you always doing good stuff. I don't even need to read, you know what I'm saying? But if you jump into some type of writing groups, now all writing groups are not necessarily the best for you. So you're really going to have to take some time and weed through and decide, find one or two that's a good fit for you. I know that Nicole's group is really good. She has the Let's Talk Conversations That Matter with Nicole. So you can follow her on that. I've even had the blessed opportunity to speak with her on one of her sessions. All right, Nicole, bye-bye. So,
Hi, I'm sorry about that. My screen was
Oh.
frozen. Thank you for mentioning the group, and I ended up getting frozen, so I apologize. I was trying to get back to my Zoom screen. Everything that you mentioned is extremely important, and it helps you think about how we show up and how we focus on brand. And I've used ChatGPT for marketing and even workshop ideas. So it's been extremely helpful. So I think also when you're crafting a course and you're thinking about what you want to offer, if you plug in your audience, it helps. But I like the fact that you can do research and ChatGPT. And I have not used the other AI tool that you mentioned, but ChatGPT has been extremely helpful in fleshing out ideas that I didn't consider. So I think that's great. Oh, and the name of my group, the YouTube group, it's Let's Talk Conversations That Matter with Nicole. But I have a meetup group, and that meetup group is Writers Connect Mastermind. So I have a group of writers I work with on a weekly basis, and I've been graced with Dr. Annette's presence. And it's so important to bring speakers who are knowledgeable, and that's what Dr. Annette is. And I try to bring in speakers who help move the story along, help you with craft. And I truly believe that we're here to uplift each other because you go farther when you work together. So it's been impactful having you to speak with the community. It really has.
thank you, Nicole. I appreciate you.
You're welcome.
Janice, were you going to share anything?
I was just going to address the AI question. I have used AI for research. I use it a lot for research, for data. I use it to just kind of get ideas sometimes. So I absolutely love it. But I'm like you, I don't allow it to write my content, but it is such a valuable tool to help us with some of those other components.
Yes, most definitely. Most definitely. So I've mentioned AI in content creation, AI in personalization of content. And the third area I'm going to talk about is enhanced user experience. Enhanced user experience with AI. AI has chatbots for customer service. And AI-powered chatbots are being used by authors and publishers to answer reader questions. So if you get questions from your readers and you're not quite sure, you don't have enough insight, you can go to the chatbot for customer service, right? And you can put it in there. I have this amount of information, but I need a little bit more to give a more in-depth and detailed response to the reader. Boom. And they will give you, expand on what you put in the system. Now, because I'm just going to be using that as a response to a reader's question, I'm going to be fine with it. That's not content I'm going to be putting in my book. That's not content I'm going to be putting in my workshop. Okay. And the chat bot for customer service can also help you with your book sales. It can provide a 24/7 interactive experience for the users. So the tool, the content is there, it's ready, it's available. Hey, Jerry, good to see you in the platform today. Talking about self-publishers on industry innovation today, and looking at emerging trends, and AI is the number one that we're talking about today. How you doing, Jerry?
Good. Can you hear me?
Can hear you fine.
Yeah, I'm on a new system. I decided to try to see if it works on Zoom because other system
Oh,
being
okay. Yeah,
Yeah.
sounds good.
Yeah,
Sounds good.
great conversation. I wish I came in earlier, but there's 100 stuff going on right now.
Of course, of course. Well, you'll be able to pull it on the Jetnay Publishing YouTube channel. So I will be posting it there after I download it and go back through it. So usually within a day or two, it's posted over on the YouTube channel.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome. Thanks for having us.
If you're a book author already and you haven't been on Jerry Royce Live Network, make sure, Jerry, put your information in the chat for us. Make sure you reach out to Jerry. He's got some powerful podcasts under his network, and they are always looking for artists, creatives, kingdompreneurs, book authors, you name it, to share from their craft on his network. They also have, when we're talking about this AI enhanced user experience, talked about the chat bots that can be used for customer service. That would benefit the self-publisher, authors and publishers to answer common reader questions, to assist with book sales, and that you have a 24/7 interactive experience for users. But the other thing is AI in audiobook creation. I'm not doing it, but I know I need to. People want audiobooks. If you think you have the kind of voice, like I don't want to hire somebody to do my voice. If I'm not going to use my voice, I want people to hear my voice, the voice that God gave me, if I'm going to be talking about my content in an audiobook. But some people will just hire somebody to do the speaking. That's fine, but I want to be able to do it myself. But AI can help you with your audiobook creation. AI has generated voices that they can help you create your audiobooks quickly and even at lower cost, offering wider accessibility to content. But if you're willing to do it yourself, you can do that as well. Thank you, Jerry, for posting your information, because see, that'll be on the network. And as people go in and listen and flow through, they will be able to see this content as well. Has anybody used the chat bot for customer service or AI in audio creation, or do you even have an audio book?
My book is on Audible, but I don't know if AI was. Yeah, I guess AI was used for it.
How do you know AI was used for it?
I don't know. I know when I go to Audible to listen to it, it says there's a notification that's, I think it says that it's the
Well,
voices.
you did not use your voice.
Right.
Okay,
Right.
got you. I got you. Okay. All right. Jerry, you said you have used it. Tell us about your experience.
Okay, you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, yes. Well, you know, I produce children animation. And one of our decisions was to make it a variety show when it first came out, but I needed more hands on deck and my kids went to college. So I had no help. So that meant that I had to find ways to change my voice and come up with all these, you know, new segments of the show. So because I had gotten really, really good solid TV contracts, I had to really go in fast. So using AI has enabled us to take it to the next level. So we're actually using it for storytelling, because we were using authors for storytelling, but a lot of them weren't really exciting on camera. They didn't have good setups, and it was kind of slow moving. You know, with kids, you know, you got to be moving fast with them and keep it short and sweet. So I'm able to generate 3 to 5 minute storytelling using animation. And some of the software is really cheap. You know, of course, you got to use a couple of them. There's no one-stop shop right now, but it's getting close. So I pay for the subscription, so really great voices. You have to play around with it a lot, but for kids, you don't have to really, you know, it could be robotic, they don't care, but you can fix it, you know. So I've been experimenting with it, and I think I generated 4 stories already. So they will be airing in New York and Georgia and North Carolina next month. So that's really exciting. So I'm able to take the puppet ministry to more of a level like a Mr. Rogers, Sesame Street levels, you know.
Nice.
Make movies, short movies, I call them short movies.
Okay. So if someone was interested in doing the audio AI and audiobook creation, where would you tell them to get started?
Shoot, just to get a little practice, I say Canva come a long way. They probably the largest platform out there right now. They're putting a lot of money in the investment. I like
Did you say handler?
Canva.
Canva. Okay.
Yeah, Canva's great, but of course, you know, you guys. I use Canva so much, I kind of know like the back of my hand. So when they add extra stuff, I just play around with it, and they still
Okay.
experiment, and they asking for help with that too. So also, there's some great. I'm actually looking to do more music. I have a couple artists, but they don't produce the music fast enough for me. They're really good though. Can't complain there. But I need to start generating like more like mini concerts for the puppets, because the puppets actually have a band. And because the artists, I kind of gave them like you know, pseudo names and stuff, they're not in the band though. So it gives you a chance to really stretch your creativity. So if you're one of those people who got a big imagination, oh, you're gonna have fun with AI, because it's like having a team, you know, at your fingertips.
Okay. Very good. I like that. Thank you, Jerry.
You're welcome.
I like that. Well, I've got Canva and I've got the Pro. And so I guess I should use it more, huh?
Oh, yeah. You're gonna be amazed, especially, you know, for you, because like you know, we do Christian ministry as well, so we're able to do, you know, affirmations and put out a lot of content really, really fast, you know, and you know, and add it to what we're already doing on social media. You know, if you're one
Nice.
of those people don't want to be in front of the camera, do faceless videos. They're big right now. Yeah.
Now I like being on the screen.
Oh yeah, I know you do. But I mean, I don't have no problem with it, but it's like I don't want to be on there like for every thing we produce, you know. And I mean, I've helped too, you know. Of course, we got a great television host. They would love to do it. But you know, it comes to a certain point that you have to start doing faceless videos as well, you know. There's some great stock videos out there now, and it puts people in a meditative mood, you know. That's, you gotta take people to that what they call it, hypnotic state. You know, you gotta get them up there in those real high frequencies so they can start hearing God, you know, through your voice without no distractions.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I know we have some things that we need to work on together, Jerry. So to get me where I need to be.
Yeah, I'm
for the
excited.
work.
I'm excited about where you're going. And if you ever get a chance to see some of our TV shows, we do have videos where we're doing affirmations with the television hosts on other television host shows, kind of collaboration. And it's really moving fast. People are really enjoying it, and it's giving you a chance to reach out to the other person's audience as well. You know, Paula got her own audience in Atlanta, and Jason is huge under the Kingdom Network. So they're sharing their platforms. And also Crystal is huge under the coaching platforms, but she's seen on their shows, you know, just doing affirmations or public service and now stuff that's close to your heart. And some of those will probably just be voiceovers eventually, you know, so I won't take up a lot of their time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but that's good. I mean, it's exciting how technology is advancing. We do have to be cautious with it because we can easily get drawn in a way that we're not using our brains any longer.
But look, a lot of us have disabilities, and this is the first time ever that this can help somebody who have cognitive issues. Like me, I don't have a lot of time to sit there and be writing no scripts or nothing. I have a script, and my children are like, where is it? I'm about to tell you. It's enough. So, you know, they went to college for this stuff. No, Dad, you got to give us a script. So I'm like, no, I'm going to tell you what to say. So that doesn't fly with them. So
Yep.
now I can get a script done in like 3 minutes, you know? So it made me brilliant now because at first I was like what they like Jay-Z and them guys never wrote anything down. But just imagine if you got to go on concert and you don't have no notes to look at, you know, they got to go with the most current content.
Mm-hmm.
So I always felt I was like a Jay-Z and Eminem in the movie world, but can't do that anymore. You know, you're dealing with generation, what they call them, Gen Z.
I can't keep up with them. I just can't. I ain't even trying to keep up with them. Okay, I'm just like, oh my goodness.
Just think about somebody who's trying to go after an audience that doesn't look like them. That's where the faceless videos work in voiceovers. You can write content for them. You just don't appeal to them. You know, even other races, other ethnic groups, but you can write for them. But you just, you know, I mean, look at the woman that produced The Matrix. Nobody, a lot of people didn't know she was black in the Terminator, right?
Yeah. Well, this is good stuff. So I want to stay true to our time because we are stay on for 30 to 45 minutes, and we are at our 45 minutes, everybody. Oh my gosh, this has been so good. I want to remind you, those who are listening in, if you want some information on branding, book branding yourself, go back and listen to episodes 15 and 16 on Jetnay Publishing YouTube channel. All right. We'll probably talk a little bit more about this next week because I still have some more content that I want to share on and this was self-publishing on industry innovations and emerging trends. And we talked today about artificial intelligence, and we're going to talk some more next week about artificial intelligence. So thank you so much for joining. If you want to be on a podcast or you want to create a new podcast, reach out to Jerry Royce on his network, Positive Power XXL Studios. He's got some good stuff out there, y'all. I'm telling you. Thank you so much. Janice Burton, the marriage mogul, great content she has, and Angela Simmons on her Redeemed and Kept ministry that she talks that she does sex talk, y'all, for y'all getting ready for marriage and in marriage. Oh, but everybody, thank you so much. And I will catch you next time. I always like to end by saying we must remember that we have been blessed to be a blessing. And if we serve King Jesus, we are supposed to be the visible manifestation of his invisible presence. Thank you so much for joining. Bye-bye.